Who you see as your partner that would be a super fight? You know, Floyd had Manny, Sugar Ray Leonard had Tommy Hearns.
I mean,
You was linked to Tank for so long. It looked like that's never gonna happen. But
yeah, I don't see that fight. I don't see that fight happening. I don't see that fight ever happening. But still, guys like Shakur, still got Ryan Garcia. It's a huge fight. It's a lot of guys coming up. They make a new guy every day. We got Abdullah Mason, we got Kermel. It's young guys coming up, and I see them in the rear view. So I'm not, I don't think that I'm too big, or because I've been there. I've been in their position before, so I know that they're on the rise. And you never know. Monday it may be a big fight, but one of those guys coming up.
This is why I'm a big fan of Devin Haney, right? This is why I'm a big fan. There's other reasons. Of course, he's willing to take on all comers. He went to Australia and fought Cambosis twice. He fought Lomachenko at 135 when Ben should have been out of that weight class. He fought against, Regis Prograis in his first fight at 140, won a belt. He's moving up to 147. He's fighting Brian Norman in his first fight. He fought against, cheating Ryan. And, that by itself should make you a fan of Devin Haney, right? But now he's even willing to fight some of the younger guys who are on the come up, who the fans may be interested in seeing him fight. He says, I'm not too big to fight one of them guys because I've been in their shoes. That's the type of mentality I want our fighters to have nowadays, right? And that lets me know he's going to give the fans the fights that they want to see. So I'm very, very happy to hear him say something like this, because a lot of fighters don't have this mentality. A prime example was the Canelo Benavidez situation, right? He never gave the younger guy an opportunity, right? He felt like he was above fighting David Benavidez. So the fans missed out on a great fight, right? A fight that we wanted to see because he felt like he was, up here and you're nobody. You bring nothing to the table. When we all know that Benavidez brought a lot to the table, and that's why the fans wanted to see it, right? Crawford is in those shoes right now, really. People are interested in seeing him fight Boots, but it looks like he's going to go the Janibek route, right? And I'm all for the fighters getting their money and things like that, but if the fans want to see it, right, then you should do everything in your power to make that fight happen, right? And, I hear people saying, well, Boots had an opportunity to fight him, but he didn't take it, and my thing is, okay, for whatever reason, that fight didn't happen at that time. For whoever you want to fault, right? But at the end of the day, let's come back to the table, right? No different than when Crawford had to come back to the table in terms of the Spence fight, right? Let's not hold petty grudges because, hey, I gave you an opportunity right then and you didn't take it, so fuck it, I can't revisit it. Yeah, you revisited it with Spence, so why can't you revisit it with Boots? This is what the fans want to see. They were more interested in seeing you fight Boots than they are Janibek, right? And this is not to not Crawford, but at the end of the day, we want to see certain fights as fans. And so you should do everything in your power to make sure that the fan is satisfied, right? So I think more people would definitely be interested in seeing you fight against Boots than Janibek. Even though Janibek is not a bad fight, right? I'm not gonna hate on that, but most people don't even know who he is. Let's just be real. A lot more people know who Boots is. So it was good to hear Devin Haney say this, and I hope more fighters, have this mentality. Start to get this type of mentality that, hey, man, even if you're a younger guy and you may not have the cachet, you may not have the popularity that I have, I will still be willing to fight you.